welcome back to the Yorkshire Toffees, and in today's video I'm giving my season review to what I can say is probably one of the best seasons of football I've experienced in my lifetime. Of course, I'm talking about the York City being champions of the National League for the first time in, well, a while, if it's 10 or 12 years, I think I'm going to say it has been. But yeah, what a season it's been. Of course, at the start of the season, we drew out, I think we'd won only 2 games in the first bit of the season under Adam Hinshelwood. Of course, we lost, drew of course the first home game, then just didn't start our season well, and then of course then after the maybe I think it was Woking away, that was Hinshelwood's last game in charge of the club, so of course that was disappointing. But of course we just were at that point of the season, we didn't really know what was going to happen. And then under Stuart Maynard, since he came in against Yeovil, honestly, wow, he's just, I was one of the fans who was backing him to do well. Of course, we've come into the end of the season, well, of course, carried on going through that part of the season under Maynard, and has just completely changed the team around. Brought in like the new players. It felt like a complete change in the atmosphere around the club. Of course, you could see the fans are all together, like with him after he came in. Of course, we pushed our way right through until the third round of the FA Cup, playing against Barnsley. That was of course incredible. Beating Rochdale in the FA Cup coming from behind was also incredible. But yeah, it's been one of those seasons that honestly I couldn't have been proud of the team. Of course, we were pushed the whole way through the season from Rochdale, which I think we all knew was going to happen. But yeah, it's just been one of those seasons that will go down in history and you'll probably never see again. Of course, it's just just knowing like how much it means to like the team. Of course, going in, like how much it has meant to the team. Like all the players, you could see like the passion that the players had from the first game. Like from the first game under Maynard to the last game against Rochdale. Of course, with that Josh Stones 113th minute winner, leveller from Stones, was just incredible to see. Like you could, of course we knew you could tell how much it meant to the team, because of course they all just ran over to their fans, and of course the pitch invasion was just incredible to see. Of course now it's gonna be, it will be interesting to see how we do in the new next season in League 2, because it's gonna be tough. It'll be definitely tougher than it has been at the minute. It'll be of course different. Of course, knowing that we've got a couple of players that have left, of course all we can say is massive thank you to Harrison Mayle, Dan Batty, Tyree Sinclair, and just all the players who have really pushed this team through the past couple of seasons. Because of course at the start of the season I did feel confident. I was feeling confident, but I just didn't know. I was confident that we would have done well this season. I knew it was going to be tough, because of course we'd be, of course, coming off the defeating the semi-final to Oldham last year. So we knew we knew this season was going to be massive, and well, it's scored 100, scoring 114, scoring 114 goals this season has just been absolutely incredible to see from the team, and you could just see just the togetherness from the club, from the ownership all the way to the fans. It's just been incredible to see, and you could just, like, honestly, it's just been incredible. I'm looking forward to the new season, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see how we do in League 2. I'm going to give an early prediction. I'm going to say either York City, I'm going to say maybe playoffs next season, or no, I'm going to say we're going to go back to back again and get promoted to up to League 1. Of course, like we say, we know it's going to be interesting because, of course, we know at the minute we've only got one new player in, but we know that there is players that have been signed. We're just waiting for them to be confirmed by the club. So yeah, personally, I think it's gonna be a good season. I am feeling confident. Of course, coming off this season, you can't just, all you can say is just well done to the team as well, because it's been great to see like the togetherness from the fans to the team, to the manager, to the ownership as well. Like, they've been at most of the games this season, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we push forward into the next season. Of course, we know that we need a couple more players in, but yeah, like, just to replace like the players who have left, unfortunately. So yeah, hopefully we can push on next season and just keep this positive momentum going through into League 2, because it's going to be another massive season for the Minster men. Of course, we're going back up against like all like the big teams and stuff. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna be nice to see us back fighting again in the football league after Trump, like I say, a couple of years away from the football league, through the hard times and all that we've pushed through, and of course, well, we've got the award from this season. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be push on from this, keep the positive momentum going, and go into next season. At the minute, we know that we've got some pre-season fixtures. So if I can get to the games, I will be doing. I'm gonna try get to at least a couple of the home games, if anything, for pre-season. But yeah, there will be a lot more content coming in hopefully next couple of weeks, for like my predictions for next season, and just like saying like who we need to bring in and stuff. So yeah, if you like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing, and of course follow the channel on Instagram. I'll see you I'll catch you in the next video. Up the Minster men. I'll see you in League 2.